Hello everyone, this is AutismFather back with a video. It's been a while, and this one's going to be a little bit different. I hope you don't mind I'm in my Halloween skin, and I hope you like Deadpool as much as I do. But we're going to do a bit of a technical video this time, and because of that, we're going to break this into 3 different parts. I get a lot of people asking me how I do the custom mobs in Autcraft's Wither fights, particularly the cursed admins. So I figure it's about time I show you. Now, I'm going to make some assumptions here. I'm going to assume that you have run a server or do run a server, or at least that you do this sort of thing in single player. And that sort of thing, what I mean by that is Minecraft summon commands, NBT Tag alterations, designing skins, or at least the heads. I'm not going to get into too many details of that. I'm not going to show you how to design a head. But I am going to show you the basics and how to get all this stuff to work together to create your own custom mob. If you don't know how to do that stuff, hopefully this will help you learn. But if you know at least the basics of that stuff, it'll go a long ways. I'm going to put links in the description for everything, and it'll be on the screen, and you'll be able to see and even follow along and type as I type if you want. I'm going to go semi-quick because, again, this is technical. But this is a good opportunity for you to be able to come up with some of your own stuff. So without further ado, let's get started. Right about here is where I'd have a really cool transition with some action-packed music that sounds exciting, but I don't have anything like that, so let's just begin. Alright, first thing we need is a command block and a button. I have these here in my inventory already. And you're going to want to use a command block because these commands are going to get very, very long, and the command line only lets you put so many characters, so it won't fit. You have to do this with a command block. As I said, we're going to use some commands that hopefully you know, such as summon. We're going to summon ourselves a mob, and it can't be just any mob. For example, a creeper can't wear a player's head, and it doesn't have any arms, so it's not going to be wielding a sword or anything. But skeletons, zombies do. I really like the color of the husk. It looks like an undead admin to me more than a zombie would. These are the coordinates X, Y, and Z, or Z. And we're going to put it up 1 because we want it to spawn on top of the command block. So if we just go ahead and do that right now, we have ourselves a husk. Because it walked away, you see how it tells you underneath what the suggestions are what comes next? This is where the NBT tag comes in. So in here, we can actually put no AI 1. It has to be capitalized that way. Capital N, small o, capital A, capital I, 1. And this tells it not to go anywhere. So now we have ourselves a husk to work with. Wow, that's difficult to say. All right, we have a husk. We have to give it some information. Now, this I didn't know until a little bit later. What you want, quotes there. So tags, square brackets, quotes. In here, you can give it any tag you want. We're going to call it cursed 1. This is a very special custom tag that you can give it that you can reference later. In the next video that I'm going to release, and the video after that, we're going to add to this guy. We're going to give him a boss bar in the next video, and we're going to give him special admin-like abilities in the video that follows that. To do that, we're going to use command blocks, and the command blocks are going to reference any entity that has the tag cursed 1. This allows us to create as many entities as we want and give them these special tags and reference them to give them special abilities and things like that without having to, like, for example, if I just targeted any husk with the name Cursed AutismFather, then anybody could just use a name tag and name a husk Cursed AutismFather, and suddenly it would be casting lightning bolts at people and have a boss bar. That's no good. We want it to be only our custom mobs and our wither fights, or whatever it is that you guys are hosting. So to do that, use a custom tag. Nobody else can do this. It can only be done in this command block. So he's got a custom tag. He needs a custom name. Quotes are a little bit weird in these, but what you need to know is the first set of quotes has a slash in the middle, and the second one has a slash just before. That will give him the name Cursed AutismFather. So as you can see, every time we look at him, Cursed AutismFather, but when we look away or we're too far away, it's not there. So let's fix that with the wonders of NBT tags. We can do custom name visible and have it set to 1B. That sets it to be visible all the time. So I invite you, check out NBT tags. research them, get to know them, because there's a lot of really cool things you can do in the game of Minecraft using these things. And you're going to really make a very cool custom mob by knowing what is and isn't available. But let's move on to the next part. All right, so we have ourselves a husk. He's named, he's got his own custom tag. Let's give him some armor items. Now, there are 4 different slots for armor. There's boots, leggings, chest, and head. So here we can give him diamond boots. Now, I'm going to show you why this doesn't work. And we're going to show you why it does. NBT tags in Minecraft are very particular. Capitals have to be capitals, small letters have to be small letters, and when you specify an item that something is supposed to have, you have to specify how many it has. In this case, 1 set of boots. To show you that this slot here is the head, we'll give him a helmet, and it has to have 1. He's looking better already. Now we have to put a custom head on him instead of a diamond helmet. All right, so this is where things start to get a little tricky. We're gonna get rid of the diamond helmet and we're gonna give him a player head. Just 1. And to tell the game who this head belongs to, we have to give it a tag. And it has to be skull owner. Now here we could actually give it the name of a person, name AutismFather, and it would pull from mine, I believe. Actually, I think I need the ID as well, otherwise it's Alex. I don't know my user ID offhand, but we can give it any name really. So when the head drops, it'll be named Cursed AutismFather, which is what we want. We want people to get the Cursed AutismFather head. Okay, so he's skull owner, name. Next is the ID. This is the unique ID that Minecraft expects all monsters and items and like everything to have. And it looks like this. It's really long and complicated, and all I can really tell you is it's unique. It'll always be unique to every single item that there is. There's just so many combinations that you'll never get to that match. Now, if that was my ID, it really would pull the skin from, or the head from my skin. So if I change my skin, the head would change on the mob. But we don't want that to happen. We want this to stay the same all the time. So we're going to give it properties and textures. We're only going to give it 1 texture, but obviously it could have multiple textures. And it's going to have a value of this crazy string right here. And again, I'm not going to show you how to get this. I'm just going to trust that you know how. You can go to minecraft-heads.com, and there's like thousands and thousands of heads you can select from, but you can also create your own there using your own skin. And it'll give you a bunch of letters and numbers just like this, which represent the actual texture of the head. So we put that in and press the button, and now we have ourselves a really cool looking Cursed AutismFather. All right, so we actually could be done at this point, but we want to do a couple other things because this is supposed to be a boss, and we're going to give him a boss bar, and we're going to have him fighting the entire server. So for one thing, that head that he's wearing, we want that to drop 100% of the time, and the boots we don't want to drop 100% of the time. To do that, we can actually use this NBT, armor drop chances, and it looks very similar to the armor items. There's a spot for boots, leggings, chest, and head. The numbers are not 100%, they're 0.0f, which is 0%. But 1% looks like that. So that, or sorry, 10% looks like that. 1% looks like that. It's a little strange, but in the code it makes sense. So he's not wearing any leggings. He's not wearing anything on his chest, so 0%. And the head we want to drop 100% of the time. So boots, 10%. We can actually change it to 20, to 50, whatever we want. I think 10 is good for diamond boots. and his head we want to drop 100% of the time, and we want him to last a while. We don't want to be spawning 50 of them and have 50 heads out there for everybody to collect, and we also want him to have a special ability that he can use more than once before he dies, so we're going to change his health. To do that, we're going to change his attributes, which I believe is square tags. Yeah. And curly brackets inside. We're going to change the generic max health. And we're going to set that to a base level of 550D. D stands for double. Again, it's a coding thing. But 550 health in the game translates to 275 hearts. That's his max health. NBT tags are funny, but we can set his max health. His actual health hasn't changed yet, though. It's still at 10 hearts. So to change that, we just set health to 550 F. F stands for float. Float and double are two different kinds of numbers. Why the code uses this, I don't know. I don't ask questions. Hopefully you won't either. But again, as you create more and more of these things, you get used to it. So just to demonstrate, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. These are all critical hits, by the way. 13, 14, 15. We could be here for a while. So I'm going to use my custom netherite sword. And we got the head because it drops 100%, but no boots, which is what we want. So there you go. You have yourself a custom cursed admin. He is extra strong and he drops specific items. We can put stuff in his hands. We can make him move faster with the max speed attribute. There's a lot of things that we can do. We can put different heads on him. We can have it be a player's head that changes when the player changes his skin. There's literally no limit to our options, except for, you know, we have to stick to the actual code. We can't just add in code of our own. But it's pretty versatile, and I'm excited. I would love for you guys to leave some comments, maybe link some videos of your own with some custom creations that you come up with. Again, links are in the description for some code generators and some NBT info, how to get your own unique ID to give it to the mob, the head pattern, stuff like that, where to get the Minecraft heads strings. All that stuff is in the description. We'd love for you to come up with some of your own and to come back for the next 2 videos. The next one, I'll add a boss bar to this guy so you can see how much health he has left out of that 550. And then after that, we're going to give him some admin powers. So hopefully you enjoyed. Hopefully this answered some questions. Again, sorry it went by really, really fast, but feel free to rewatch and pause, listen to it over and over again, and check out the links in the description to have some code generated for you that you can modify and custom make on your own. And come up with something new. Have some fun with this stuff. Oh, I love coming up with new mobs. So thank you very much for watching. We'll catch you in the next one. Ciao.